All right, what's good, everyone? What's good? It's Kyle Henderson, BatmanInsider.com, coming to you from Voodoo Wings here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Come check them out. They got $2 tall boys every day. What's up, man? Thanks for checking in. Let me know where you're coming in from the comment box. Call line is open 205-686-3604. I'm telling you, Voodoo Wings, you got to check them out here in Tuscaloosa. The wings are delicious. As I always mention, the fries are the fattest fries in all of Tuscaloosa. Great size as well. The potato salad, definitely got to try it. But they got many flavors of wings. Be sure and tell them your boy Kyle Henderson at BatmanInsider.com sent you. 205-686-3604 is the number to call in. Call line is open. Obviously, Alabama taking on Arkansas. 33-point favorite, even with Tua Tagovailoa out. Also, post your score prediction in the comment box. I want to see what you think is going to go down on Saturday. The weather's calling for a little bit of rain. I'm kind of curious to see what Alabama can do in some sloppy conditions, but I think the weather should subside by kickoff time. It'll be another game under the lights, and as you know, the light show at the last game was spectacular. The lights were, I really think that the lights have transformed Bryant-Denny Stadium to be the premier atmosphere in college football. I'm serious. That is how electric the lights were last Saturday night. So hit me up, 205-686-3604. I want to get your calls, and I want to get your take on Mac Jones starting at the quarterback position for Alabama in place of injured Tua Tagovailoa. I dropped some nuggets on BamaInsider.com. I can share a little bit on that with you guys in just a minute, and I'll take your calls. But what do you think about Mac Jones? Do you think he can lead this offense? Do you think he can lead Alabama past Arkansas? Do you feel he's more than a serviceable quarterback? Do you like his talent? Do you like his skill set? What do you like about Mac Jones, and what have you seen about him through these first couple games and the last couple spring games? I know that we've seen him multiple times. You're talking about a guy who is this is his third year at Alabama. He's a redshirt sophomore, and time again, Nick Saban has said that Mac Jones is well ahead of the other quarterbacks on the roster. And yesterday, as you heard, Saban was asked about playing Talia Tagovailoa. That's the younger brother of Tua. And Nick got a little agitated. He got a call coming in. Hey, what's going on? You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey, man, my name is Philip, and I'm calling from Macon, Georgia.
All right, what's up, man? How was your Thursday?
Man, not too bad, not too bad. My son's under the weather, so I just put him to bed, so I thought I'd listen in and make a call real quick.
I appreciate it, man. So what's on your mind? Go ahead, shoot.
So what I'm thinking right now, man, what I want to see from Saban, hopefully we can get up to a quick, 2-touchdown lead. And then I want to see them open up the offense. I think Matt can get the ball to receivers. I think the receivers will have no problem with getting open. Mm-hmm. But, if Tua can't come back healthy for LSU, we have to see what Matt can do and not just try to dink and dunk it. I want to see them try to throw the ball down the field. Do you think that Saban will try to open up the offense if he gets out into a lead, or will he just rely on the run to kind of get him through the game?
You know what? I talked about this on BamaInsider.com, and from what I gather, Alabama is not going to change up anything going into Arkansas. And I think they have a lot of confidence in Mac Jones, and I think they're going to come out firing. I think they're going to come out, and you're not going to see anything change with their offense. And I know a lot of people are like, okay, now it's all Najee Harris and Brian Robinson. You're talking about a guy coming in who has a lot of experience and a lot of weapons on the outside. I mean, there's a lot of first-round draft picks. Why not use Jerry Jeudy? Why not use Henry Ruggs? You can't let those guys just sit on the field. Of course, the running game is coming at the perfect time, peaking, so to speak. So is the offensive line. But I don't think that Alabama is going to change anything against Arkansas. Now, I do think they could change something depending on the weather. That's the only way that that Alabama, in my opinion, doesn't come out kind of guns blazing, so to speak. But, it seems like they have a lot of confidence in Mac Jones, and I guess he's had a really good week leading the team with the first-team offense.
Yeah, I agree. I think they had a confidence. I guess the one concerning part that I had was, I guess maybe some of those timing routes. He missed, Jerry Jeudy kind of missed the ball, and then it looks like he kind of overthrew Najee on that third down conversion where they flagged the guy for unnecessary roughness.
Sure.
So I think that with that extra week of practice, those timing routes, those slant routes, will look a lot more crisp, from what we've seen from Tua this year. So I got confidence in him. I'm just looking forward to seeing what he can do Saturday.
What have been your thoughts about the running game? Because over the last couple of weeks, we've really seen Alabama's running game. It seems almost the resurgence of the running game. It seems like Najee Harris and Brian Robinson are starting to really peak at the right time. Would you agree with that? And what has your assessment been of Najee Harris thus far?
I think we're seeing from Najee Harris what we expected to see from him when he came on campus with Tua after the Army All-American game. I saw the video of them in the airport, and I think now we're starting to see him live up to that potential. He's hitting the hole. Once he gets to that second level, he's going to lay the hammer. The thing I like about him is he doesn't really piddle around. He doesn't have that Le'Veon Bell style. Once he hits the hole and he sees where he's going, he's taking off.
Yep.
And one of the things that I'm really impressed with the most is him in the passing game. I didn't expect to see him do so well in the passing game, but when I see Tua check down to him or they won those real wheel routes coming out the backfield, seeing him open and seeing him be able to catch the ball has really impressed me the most. But with the running game, I think it's all about cornbread. Now that we got Brown out there, and we got Dickinson moving over the center. I hate it for Owens, to kind of lose his job like that. But I think this offensive line is what we need to see from Alabama to get to that old school, pound it in your face Alabama running style.
You know what? I think you bring up a great point in the fact that Najee Harris is such a good receiver out of the backfield. And I think when you look at his NFL draft stock, fast forward, that's going to be one of the biggest positives. I mean, so many times we've seen Tua be able to check down to the flats and hit the ball to Najee Harris and let Najee Harris hit the double juke stick like he did against Tennessee a couple times and really make defenders miss. And he's such a powerful back that he can make you miss in the open field or run over you. And I think Brian Robinson has been a guy who's starting to find his stride as well. I think he started out slow for whatever reason. It seemed like he was kind of more dancing around. He's not a dancing style back. He's a pound it down your throat type of back, and I think we're starting to really see that from B-Rob. And I think you're right, with the fact that Deontay Brown is back. I don't know if you caught this or if you guys follow me on Twitter, rivals_Kyle, all our coverage back on BamaInsider.com, but I posted that Deontay Brown actually had the highest grade from Pro Football Focus. And this is his second game back. You're talking about a guy with a lot of experience coming back. Saban said that he wanted to see this guy be conditioned, keep the right mental, disposition during the entire game. And this is something that we've seen from Deontay Brown along with Landon Dickerson. I mean, these are two guys who hand in hand are some of the best offensive linemen in college football. I know people want to see Landon Dickerson come back. I'm not so sure he will. I think the fact that he's shown that he's a versatile offensive lineman has increased his draft stock as well. So Alabama's offensive line really playing through the roof right now. That running game coming along. All the components are there. Mac Jones has to just do what he does. Saban has a lot of confidence in him. So does the offense. I think it's plug and play, and I think we're going to see a really big game from Mac Jones come Saturday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Anything else, man, while you're on the show?
No, that's pretty much it, man. Thank you for taking my call. I love listening to the show on Roll Tide, baby.
All right, man. Thanks. That's Philip from Georgia. I appreciate you calling in. Call line is open, 205-686-3604, coming to you from Voodoo Wings here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Come check out Voodoo Wings. Tell them Kyle Henderson sent you. They got delicious wings. They got all sorts of flavors. They got the fattest wings in all of Tuscaloosa. I love the wings. I love the potato salad, and the banana pudding is off the chain. So be sure and tell them Kyle Henderson sent you. 205-686-3604 is the number to call in. Talking Alabama versus Arkansas. Alabama, are you surprised that Alabama is a 33-point favorite going into this game? I guess when I saw that come out, I was a little bit surprised, but at the same point, I mean, there's so many weapons on this team, and as we just heard from Philip, the running game is really coming around, and it seems like the offensive line has really found their stride. So, got another call coming in. All right, hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who I'm on the line with, and where are you calling from?
That's Robert from Mobile.
Hey, what's up, Robert? Good to hear from you today. How was your Thursday?
Oh, just fine.
That's good. So let's break this game down between Arkansas. I'm sure you want to talk about the quarterback position. What's your take on Mac Jones?
So you think the game plan is not going to change with Mac Jones in it?
No, I don't. I don't think it's going to change at all. I think Alabama's going to come out and Alabama's going to do what they do. And those are some nuggets that were tossed my way this week. I posted those on BamaInsider.com. I was kind of curious to see what the game plan would be, but I think, from what I hear, Alabama's coming out gun blazing and nothing's changing. They're going to put the pedal to the metal and let Mac Jones, really run with this opportunity.
Like you think the slant. You think he can deliver the slants like Tua? I guess is that the expectation, or if the game plan is not going to change?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if Mac Jones can read defenses as well as Tua does. And I think the other thing I'm curious about is the arm strength, because what's made these slants so effective is the fact that Tua Tagovailoa has such velocity on his throws. And from what I've seen in practice, Mac Jones does not have that same velocity on his throws. So this is his opportunity to prove the people who have been skeptics wrong, to prove that he can be more than just a serviceable quarterback and really prove that he can lead Alabama's offense not only against Arkansas, but during the 2020 season, because as you know, it's just a matter of time until Tua Tagovailoa is out of here. So a big opportunity for the redshirt sophomore on Saturday.
I guess, watching some of the plays, the rerun, the game again from Tennessee, I guess these are things he can clean up. Mm-hmm. But it's like that when he went for that, when he ran the ball and he got tackled short of the first down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then you watch it and, if that's Tua, he's still looking to throw, even though he may run it, but it's not tucked away until he crosses that the line of scrimmage. And if he stayed back there, Henry Ruggs broke open. I imagine you might have saw it in the replay as well. And Henry Ruggs breaks open, and if he delivers that pass to Ruggs, which what Tua would have done, Ruggs goes off to the races, and with Ruggs' speed, who knows how far that goes. Whereas Jones, he's got it tucked with no chance to throw at that point, and then he tries to take the chance and then comes up short. Again, that's where we have to get lucky. There was a questionable roughing the passer call afterwards. So kind of, I hope he'll clean up plays like that, where, hey, keep looking upfield, your receivers, because they can break open at any second for you. Be ready to throw still. Hopefully things like that he'll be able to clean up.
Yeah, and that was something that Nick Saban talked about. Nick Saban says if you asked Mac Jones again about that play, he probably would have made the throw or, kept his eyes downfield a little bit longer. And I think one of the things to take away from Mac Jones against Tennessee is those first couple series. I mean, he was just really thrown in and looked like a deer in the headlights, didn't see that safety blitz, and he got put on his back. But I think now with the game plan that's going to be under Mac Jones, that he's been working with the first-team offense, that he can develop, a week of camaraderie with that group and have the confidence of those guys behind him. I think you're going to, in my opinion, I think that this kid is ready. And, I think he has the opportunity to prove it on Saturday. I myself have been a little bit critical of him, so I'm curious to see how he steps up on Saturday and handles this opportunity. We've seen it in the past, in the past two spring games. I mean, this kid, when he can just focus and play football, he's lit it up. I mean, he's done great things in the spring game, and now is his opportunity to lead Alabama's offense.
Well, I guess I guess if you think Tua's not going to make it back in time for LSU, then you watch Mac Jones needs to throw a lot. But Arkansas is just begging to be run all over because Auburn ran all over them, and Arkansas is a team that just begging you to run all over them, which is what Alabama can do. So it's not like you can win the game just running the ball, more than or 50-50 for one, but at least make it 50-50, half pass, half run with Mac Jones. But if you think if I'm saying I think there's a chance to him and I make it back, well, I got to get this guy more passing yards because LSU's not going to let us run for 300 yards the way we could probably run on Arkansas. So you got to get those timing routes down. So I mean, I guess how Mac Jones plays the game, the play calling will tell me a lot versus if Mac Jones is passing over 30 times, maybe they're trying to hedge their bets that Tua won't make it back in time. If he passes, under 30, and Najee and the guys run over 30 times, okay, we're just going to run the ball over them, play it safe, and let Tua beat LSU.
Yeah, and I know everybody's curious about Tua Tagovailoa. From what I hear, Tua's going to be back for LSU, and From what I hear, he was at practice yesterday, walking around in a boot. Was midway to practice, and I think he's going to be fine. I mean, the tightrope procedure should be able to not only make that ankle stronger, but I think he should be able to rehab to get back from LSU. But I guess we'll have to see, next by midweek to see if he's back towards that later part. And we'll see. I mean, nothing's for sure. I mean, as Saban even said this past Monday, these type of situations are unpredictable. So we'll just have to see what happens throughout these next 7 to 10 days.
Well, let me ask you a real quick question before I go, since I think I may know the answer. Are you more confident now or less confident that he could actually beat LSU or Mac Jones?
Do I feel that Mac Jones could beat LSU?
Yeah, are you more confident now than you were a week ago or less? Or about the same?
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I don't even know if Alabama can beat LSU with Tua. I mean, LSU is that good of a team. I think those two teams are very evenly matched. So I guess if Mac Jones goes into that game, maybe I give the edge to LSU. Maybe that's a shocker to some people, but I mean, LSU is a really good football team playing some great ball. But the thing is, I mean, look who LSU is playing this coming week. I mean, they're playing Auburn. I mean, this is an opportunity for LSU to potentially get beat up. Auburn's a very good football team. I think Auburn's capable of beating Alabama. I mean, no one's invincible. There's a lot of vulnerability still on Alabama's football team. When you look at the defense, we've talked about that again and again. And today the show obviously is about the quarterback position, but Alabama still has vulnerabilities on the defensive side. Can Mac Jones beat LSU? I don't know. Probably not. Tua, yeah, I mean that's the guy Alabama wants at the quarterback position. But LSU, I mean they're at bad moon rising. They got to get past Auburn first. But yeah, they're very capable to come into Bryant-Denny and to beat Alabama, no question.
Oh no, my question was, last week I wasn't very confident at all we could beat LSU without a starting quarterback. Mm-hmm. And like I said, a lot of teams can't beat LSU without their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Nobody really. No one really can.
Mm-hmm.
Is Alabama more that last week? Is after this week? Are you a little more thinking, hey, maybe we could beat LSU without our starting quarterback? Is it? You lean more towards maybe we could do it?
I mean, like I said, I mean, if Tua comes back and he's healthy, yeah, I think, the game is still a coin flip game. I guess what I'm saying, if Mac Jones is the starter against LSU, I don't think Alabama beats LSU.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like maybe after the Arkansas game, they'll reevaluate it again, but right now, not.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe let's revisit that too after LSU plays Auburn. Because
right.
All eyes will be on LSU. That'll give us a fresher take on LSU's offense and defense. I think there's a lot of question marks about LSU's defense. So let's revisit that after maybe Sunday night. We'll revisit that. Sound good, Robert?
Okay, man.
All right, man. Take it easy. Thanks for calling in as usual. All right. That was Robert from Mobile calling in, so I appreciate the call in. Call-in line is open, 205-686-3604. Want to hear from you regarding this game between Alabama and Arkansas. I'm coming to you from Voodoo Wings. Voodoo Wings has $2 tall boys all week long. Come in, tell them Kyle Henderson at BamaInsider.com sent you. We will have our team writer, Tony Sukalis, back on our next show. We won't be here next week as Alabama has an open week, so take note of that, but I will be taking your calls on Sunday to break down Alabama and Arkansas, and we'll also talk, there's some big games on Saturday. I think another call coming in. All right, good evening. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling from?
What's up, Kyle? It's CFB Jared.
Hey, what's up, CFB Jared? Thanks for calling in, man. I always appreciate you calling in. What's on your mind, man? Go ahead.
With the whole, Mac Jones and Tua situation and, kind of like what the last caller was touching on, I'm really, I don't think we would beat LSU, but I'm still very optimistic I still think that it's possible. I just don't think that we would beat LSU, with Mac Jones. Of course, like maybe 3 weeks ago, I definitely would have been like 100% LSU would win that game. But, looking on it, I mean, the way our pass rush has been coming along the past few weeks, Burrow hasn't felt real pressure yet. We'll see how he does versus Auburn.
Okay.
That I think that'll tell a lot about how Alabama will play, Alabama's defense will play against LSU. But, as the days go on, I'm becoming more confident in the fact that I think Mac Jones could beat LSU.
Mm-hmm.
But if they played today, I don't think Mac Jones would beat LSU.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, and I think you bring up a great point regarding Alabama's pass rush. I mean, let's talk about that for a second. The fact that Terrell Lewis is really playing throughout the roof. I mean, if he continues to play at this level, I think he's absolutely a top 10 pick in next year's NFL draft. I mean, the way that he's playing, just his body type, his athleticism, I mean, it's unbelievable how he can get to the quarterback, how he can get past offensive linemen. I mean, just a complete pass rusher like, we've never seen before. I mean, this guy has it all. I just really impressed with everything that he brings. Anthony Jennings, I think he's doing a great job. I mean, he was really Alabama's only pass rusher before Terrell Lewis came back. So Anthony Jennings and Terrell Lewis, great combo. What do you think about the Alabama pass rush over these last couple weeks, CFP Jared?
I think it's been doing great, with Barmore coming along as well. And, I think that was, definitely one of the better, like, positive surprises of the year with Barmore, kind of starting to blow up a few weeks ago. And, he's continuing his progress. Of course, he still makes a few mental mistakes here and there, but, we've been putting him in obvious pass situations, and he's been doing real well. I don't know about his run defense. I haven't really paid attention to that, only, in pass situations. Yeah. So I kind of want to see how he does versus Arkansas if we play him, like, during run. But I think DJ Dale is probably a better run stuffer, but I don't really know what we're getting out of Barmore just, with run defense because I haven't seen it from him.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, and that'd probably be my same question regarding Barmore is how would he fare against the run game, because in the short times that we've seen him in these last couple of games, I mean, I believe he only played less than 20 snaps in this last game and same game before, so he's really not getting too much playing time in these last couple of games, but he still is managing to get off the quarterback. I don't know if that's because he's coming in fresh or if he's just, he has an ability to get to the quarterback, so maybe that's another thing that we can revisit and watch Barmore in run situations, because I think he's really excelling. He's really a player that is trending upward. I mean, a lot of people continue to talk about Christian Barmore, and rightfully so. I mean, this guy is a big boy, and with Raekwon Davis soon to exit the program, you're going to need another big defensive lineman that can be versatile and not only help with the pass rush but also stop the run.
Oh, yeah, I 100% agree with you there. With Raekwon Davis leaving, opening up a spot on the D-line, do you think Byron Young, I know he plays kind of like next to not next to, but like next to Justin Oboigbe in the depth chart, they've been switching, sometimes Byron has been playing more, sometimes Justin's been playing more. So I don't know who you necessarily want to call it started there, but, with Davis leaving, do you think like Young or Oboigbe could probably take that spot? I think Darian Mathis is behind it. Davis, I don't know who is, but being that they're, both playing, not playing amazing, but, they're definitely holding their own. I don't know if, maybe we would see Young or, Boygby move over to Davis's spot, for next year.
Yeah, that's another good question. I think both of those guys have played, a good amount. We saw Justin Oboigbe play more during the beginning part. I know he dealt with a small nagging injury, but he seems to be 100%. And then Byron Young, it looks like he's been getting a lot of playing time. It looks like Saban has a lot of confidence in his abilities. I think when you look at the defensive line in next year, you got Byron Young, you got Phidarian Mathis, Christian Barmore, Justin Oboigbe. I mean, those guys are really good defensive linemen. And then you got Ismail Sopsher, who you got to think by this time next year should be ready to play. And he's a big boy that you can plug into the defensive line at the defensive tackle position. So curious to see what happens with those guys, but really like what I see so far from Byron Young. I think he's a guy that coming into the season, I wasn't exactly sure how much playing time he would get. I figured Justin Oboigbe might get some splashes, not that he'd be starting by any means, but now to see these guys emerge as starters during the midway point is really, really impressive. I believe Alabama has started this season 8 freshmen between the offense and defense and special teams, which is really, really notable in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you there. And then kind of on my last point, with like the Arkansas game, I saw like it wasn't a common theme, but people were saying, maybe Arkansas could upset, Alabama, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I mean, with Alabama's O-line, coming on past few weeks, we saw the way, Auburn ran over, Arkansas. I'm pretty confident that we're going to blow them out, and maybe we'll have a little bit of a sluggish start just because it's Mac Jones starting, for the first time. Maybe in the first quarter, only kind of have like a little bit of a slow start, but I expect us to, overall beat them pretty easily.
Yeah, I think so. I would agree with that. I mean, the spread, I don't know if it's 31 or 33 right now. That's a lot of points. But Vegas hardly misses, and they know what's going on. I mean, they probably see the vulnerabilities from Arkansas's run game. They see that Alabama's run game is trending upward. Najee Harris has been so dangerous over the last couple games. The offensive line should be, a real nightmare for Arkansas on Saturday. Plus, I think, like I mentioned earlier, the atmosphere at Bryant-Denny Stadium. I mean, if you're in Tuscaloosa, if you have tickets and you're not attending this game, you need to go to these games, because what Bryant-Denny did with adding those stadium lights, I know they're just lights, and it was unbelievable. They were able to turn on the fans literally on and off. It was electric. It was probably the best college football atmosphere I've ever been to, and I think home field advantage bodes really well now for Alabama's favor. I know that, against Arkansas, they're a big favorite anyways, but I think there's something special brewing in Bryant-Denny. I can't even imagine being a prospect on the sidelines during a game like that, because, there's something special going on at Bryant-Denny. But CFB, I appreciate the call as always. I'll catch up with you on Sunday.
All right, have a good one.
All right, you too, buddy. All right, call line is open, 205-686-3604. I want to hear from you regarding Alabama and Arkansas. Alabama is big favorite this weekend over the Razorbacks. I believe Tony Sukaus put up a note that Alabama is averaging 52 points per game against Arkansas in these last couple of contests. I mean, they've been almost scoring at will. Of course, a lot has to do with the dynamic arm of Tua Tagovailoa, but he will be sidelined this weekend as Mac Jones steps in to take over for his first starting job ever at Alabama, which is pretty unbelievable. So we'll see if he can run with that opportunity. I want to hear from you. 205-686-3604 is the call-in line. As we look at other games, I was just about to mention Wisconsin and Ohio State play, and that's a really interesting game on the slate. As you know, Wisconsin just lost to Illinois, which was a big shocker to me. I know Illinois is playing a lot better, but, man, I thought Wisconsin with their defense, they were going to be able to stay undefeated for a little bit, at least to this game with Ohio State. And Ohio State, led by Justin Fields, who's doing a great job. You guys feel that Ohio State has enough to reach the college football playoffs? I mean, they still have a tough schedule. I believe they still play Wisconsin, Penn State, and Michigan. So those are all formidable opponents as they go to the backstretch. And then you have Auburn playing LSU, which I think everybody will be watching. That game, I believe, is at 2:30 Central Time. I'm kind of disappointed, and I'm sure you are too, that Alabama versus LSU will be a 2:30 kick. 2:30 is still a good time, but I think a game like that, when we're looking forward, and maybe this is all rat poison, but that game needs to be in the evening time. We got another call come in. Yo, Rob from Colorado, man. What's up, man? How you been?
Hey, I've been good. I've just been, living life, being happy, smiling all the time.
Hey, that's
watching your show.
I appreciate it, man. I hadn't heard from you in a couple weeks, man, so I was about to text you and be like, yo, Rob, you good, man? Too much smash burger? Like, where you at? So I appreciate you calling in, man. What's on your mind going in this game against Arkansas?
I think this game, I'm not too worried about this game because I think Mac Jones is going to show everybody that, he's been here 3 years. He's working hard. This is his time to shine. And you got to remember, Kyle, Mac Jones is a smart guy. He might look timid sometimes and things like that, but he's not like just some guy who doesn't study. I mean, he knows what to do. Mm-hmm. He knows how to play. He played with Jalen Hurts. He played with Tua. He's been there long enough. I feel like we're in good hands. I feel like we got two legit quarterbacks.
Yeah, and I think you bring up a good point. I mean, earlier this summer, Tua said that, and I remember this because it stood out to me. He was asked about Mac Jones, and he said that he has all the confidence in the world in Mac Jones and that Mac Jones knows the playbook in and out. And how could he not? Just as you said, he's been here for 3 years. I know there's been 3 different offensive coordinators, but it's not Brian DeBoer's offensive playbook. It's not Mike Locksley's, and it's not Steve Sarkisian's. Of course, they're going to add in different wrinkles, but this is the Alabama offense, and Mac Jones has been around long enough. And just as I said earlier in the show, this guy has the team behind him. He has a lot of confidence, and I think this is the big stage for him to really prove to Alabama fans that he can lead this offense. Just as I said, not only against Arkansas, but next year as well.
Exactly. And Kyle, earlier I heard you say you don't think that Bama can beat LSU with Mac Jones, and most of the time I agree with you. You're a pretty knowledgeable guy, so most of the time I'll agree with you. But this time I can't agree with you because just like what happens, Kyle. What happens, Kyle, when you lose your vision? If you lose your vision, what happens? Your hearing gets better. Your senses get better. Right? When you lose something else gets better. So I immediately saw the running game. You could just tell, like, people, I swear, you know what? All right, go with me on this. Do you think Tua being so good, all the hype, all the ESPN magazines and episodes and this and that, do you think that kind of handicaps the team? Because I swear when he went out, people were playing with urgency. That's what I saw.
Yeah. Rob,
did you see that?
Rob, that's a great point. I mean, I think you make an excellent point. The fact that, the number one player steps out, so everybody has to step up to rise to that occasion to fill in the void of a Heisman Trophy candidate. And, you could be absolutely right on that. I mean, we did see the running game. I mean, look at Najee Harris and Brian Robinson were running like that was the last game of their entire life, right?
Yeah.
So those guys, I mean, and maybe it does handicap the team a little bit. I probably disagree with that, but I think that the team knows that they got to rally around Mac Jones. And I think you're really going to see these teammates coming out and saying, hey, look, we got this. This isn't a team built on Tua. This is a team built with Tua, but we can win without Tua. We can agree to disagree on the fact against LSU, but I agree with you on the point that everybody's really going to rise up and step up and play behind this young man Saturday because this is a team with a lot of unity, and it's time to see what type of leadership is on this team because your best player is not playing, and it's time to see who can step up and be that impact player.
Exactly, and I mean we've been here before. If you can remember. When we had, he's a great kid. He's doing amazing right now in Oklahoma. But if you remember, man, when we had Jalen Hurts going up against Washington, I think he threw for 48 yards? I mean, we had no passing game. And Mac Jones is throwing for more than 48 yards against anybody, even that Clemson defense. But our defense was like, we'll carry the team. It's okay. Jalen Hurts stay in there. Will carry the team. So I feel like it'll all balance itself out. I'm not worried about LSU because when an animal's wounded, that's the one time you don't want to mess with a wounded elephant. Roll Tide, man, because that thing is going to be angry.
Hey, Rob, when you look at this team now switching to the defensive side of the ball, do you feel that the defense is trending upward? Are they staying stagnant? Are they getting worse? What's your opinion on the defense as we switch to the defensive side of the ball?
Let's start with Raekwon Davis. Kyle, he actually has 2 sacks. I know it says he has 0 sacks. He has 2 sacks. He got a sack against was it Tennessee? It may have been. Who do we play? Who did we play before Tennessee?
This last week. So it was now I'm even drawing a blank. Rob, you caught me off guard with that.
Dang it! Bye week. Was it a bye week?
Yeah.
No, was it a bye week?
No. Hold on. How am I not? All right. So go ahead, Rob. Anyways.
Okay. Well. So he's doing. To me, he's good.
Oh, it was Texas. It was Texas A&M.
He got a sack in that game.
Yeah.
What it was a half sack. It was like him and somebody else.
Yeah.
But he got a sack. I think we got to start Baltimore. We got to bench DJ Dale.
Wow, that's like a hot take, Rob.
I think we got to do that. And then either you're going to bench Raekwon. And we rotate guys in there, but we got to get Baltimore in there. We need him for late in the season. He needs the experience against the fresh players. One of your other callers though brought up a good point about changing the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Surtain, man, he kind of got ate up last game. And you're leaving these cornerbacks on these islands with these big receivers, and I think the only defensive back that can really thrive on one-on-one matchups against big receivers is Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Diggs is totally legit. I think he can go ahead. I think he can go one-on-one with any wide receiver in college football.
Well, I think that
From what
the thing with Diggs is, I mean, he has so much experience, and the fact that he missed out last season with that injury, I mean, he's coming in, with something really to play for. I know we've seen a little bit of a slump from Patrick Surtain, but I still feel that Patrick Surtain is one of the better cornerbacks in the SEC, and I think that's going to come to show as we move forward. I know even on Pro Football Focus, like his grade has been really bad these last couple weeks, but I still believe that Patrick Surtain has what it takes to really step up and showcase his abilities. There's a couple other guys on the roster that could get some playing time, but I think the best combination at the cornerback position is still Diggs and Patrick Surtain.
Absolutely, and I'm with you on that, but I do think that we should change it up. I mean, we want to send guys to the NFL, and everyone's looking at film one-on-one matchups. Oh, he can play one-on-one matchups, but I still think we could do some. We could do some zone. We could do some zone. We can switch some things up, just to kind of give these guys some help, and switch it up for the opposing offense.
Hey, Rob, I wanted to also ask you about the new punter, Ty Perrine. And sound off in the comment box if you were excited to see Ty Perrine as the punter. I mean, this kid came in. He's a walk-on punter, booted the football twice, and the stadium just erupted each time he punted. I mean, I've never seen a stadium erupt when there's a punter. So what were your thoughts on the new punter, Ty Perrine?
When I saw him, I was like, wow. And before, and somebody mentioned it already, I'm not sure if it was on your show, that's Alabama's first black punter.
Mm-hmm.
He's I think he's our first black ever.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. We're making history. It was very exciting to see him. It kind of reminded me of last year when we were having punting issues, and that one guy came in, number 55.
Yeah.
He was older. Do you remember him?
Yeah, Mike Bernier came in last year, who is ironically a walk-on punter as well.
There you go. And
Yeah.
he had a lot of – now, he wasn't getting the reaction Ty Perrine's getting, but, I mean, I swear, man, we just got an extra tool in the Swiss Army knife. I mean, now we got a punter who could probably do fake punts, who could probably outrun – I mean, think about it, Kyle. He can outrun probably a few defensive ends. I mean, this guy, and I heard somebody say that he could probably kick field goals. Is that true?
I don't know if he can kick field goals or not. What I do know is he ran down the field against Tennessee and made a tackle, which was really impressive. Yeah. I mean, he brought the wood, so maybe he could play some inside linebacker. I'm just kidding with that.
I mean,
but Alabama has definitely found their punter, which is a really cool deal. And I know they've had struggles with Will Riker, with Skylar DeLong, so maybe Ty Perrine could be that missing link because special teams obviously a pivotal point in the game. My next question for you, Rob, if you're for all the betting fans out there, for anybody who wants to put money potential on this game, Alabama's favored by I believe 31. Does Alabama beat Arkansas by more than 31 points on Saturday?
Is that the spread, 31 or 35 points?
I think it's – well, at first I think it opened at 35 and then it went down to 33 and now it's at 30. Someone said 31, so 30. Let's call it 33, 31 points. You think Alabama wins by what would that be, 5 touchdowns?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. It dropped 4 points for a reason. There's no way they're going to win by 31.
Yeah. I mean, there's
no way they're going to – now, if it's 21, okay, 31 points, man, we're going to be putting second, third-string guys in there. Arkansas is going to try to get a last-second touchdown, which I don't like. I hate that. Like Nick Saban, he hates how he puts these guys in there. You're in there. Come on, you want to play, right? Well, okay, shut these guys down. Come on.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's a large spread. And our team writer yesterday, Tony Sukalis, asked him about Talia Tungabaloa, and I'm sure you saw the reaction on our YouTube channel. He got pretty rantish, was pretty upset about the question. But think about this.
Hey, that was crazy. Your boy Tony.
Yeah, that was Tony. Yeah. So next time we have him on, you can call in and ask him about that. But
hey, I wanted to see his face, Kyle. I wanted to see his face when Nick Saban chewing him out. I swear, it's like your dad. You asking your dad a dumb question, and then and your dad chews you. I swear, wasn't it like that? It was kind of like that.
Saban likes to do that on his last question, but look, Saban uses the media to send a message, and I think this is, stay with me on this, okay? Question or not, is Talia going to play? We have no idea, probably. But the thing is, Saban likes to get to the media to say this: focus on this game against Arkansas, because we've seen throughout college football, Georgia go down to South Carolina. We saw Wisconsin go down to Illinois. You do not want to lose this trap game thinking about that game against LSU. Everyone's talking about Alabama, LSU, Alabama, LSU. Alabama plays Arkansas, LSU plays Auburn. Now, those two teams have to win to get to that next game. So I think what he was doing is sending a real message that they're not trying to expedite players because they have to beat Arkansas. Now, are they going to beat Arkansas? Of course they're going to be beating Arkansas on Saturday. But I think that was more his message was, look, focus on the game. We have to use our starters to beat these guys before we try to expedite any of these young freshmen.
Absolutely, and I totally agree with you. Maybe Bama was overlooking Ole Miss in 2014. Was the first time?
Yeah, there was a couple times where Ole Miss got Alabama for sure.
Yeah, maybe they were overlooking Ole Miss, looking forward to the LSU game. Then we go ahead and get beat by Ole Miss in 2014. Then we get beat again in 2015, and we almost lost in 2016 if we didn't have Superman Jonathan Allen out there making big sacks. So, yeah, you're right. We can't overlook games because we saw LSU lose to Troy. Was that 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Mm-hmm. When LSU lost to Troy? And, dude, you do not, with this college football playoff, man, we lose to something like that, it's over. Nobody wants us in there anyway because we're in there every year. You see what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
We can't screw up.
Yeah, I got you.
Can't screw up.
And I think the way it's working out, when you look at the bigger college football playoff picture, Clemson's not playing anyone for the rest of the season, so they should be, in the playoffs. Oklahoma's not playing anyone for the rest of the season, so they're in. So now there's two more spots left. One spot for the SEC champ, and then another spot for, I guess the Big Ten champ. So, Alabama, there's no way, in my opinion, that a one-loss Alabama team makes the college football playoffs this year. They have to beat Arkansas. They have to beat LSU. They have to beat Auburn, and those are going to be some tough teams to beat. Auburn is very capable of beating Alabama. I think they got a very good defensive line. I'm really excited to see LSU and Auburn on Saturday. Anything else, Rob, while we have you on the show, buddy?
Yes, sir, Kyle. Forged in fire. That's what we will be when we get to the SEC championship. Forged in fire, having gone through LSU and Auburn. And I want to say this too: put your money on it. I'm putting money down on this. Everybody that can hear this: South Carolina will beat Clemson.
South Carolina will beat Clemson. All right,
they will beat Clemson.
Hey, maybe we should do Rob's lock of the week, right? So that's Rob's lock of the week. All right, so
lock. It's lock. It's a lock.
Yeah, Rob's lock is South Carolina beating Clemson. Hey, I like that. That's a good one. South Carolina. They went toe to toe with Florida and Georgia. They're playing some good football with their backup quarterback. So, good call as always, Rob. I'm glad you're doing well. I was a little nervous because you didn't call in, but I'm glad that you're being safe out there on the road, man. So hit me up again. We'll recap on Sunday. And, it was really good to hear from you, Rob. Always bringing the positivity.
Absolutely. God bless you. God bless everyone that watches the show. Stay happy. Stay smiling. It will make you live longer. I promise.
Hey, there you go, man. That's a great advice from Rob in Colorado. Thanks, buddy. Catch up with you soon.
All right.
Rob dropping the fatherly knowledge. Smile. You'll live longer. I like that. That's a good one. Call line is open, 205-686-3604. I'm coming to you from Voodoo Wings. All right, so here it is. Line it up. So they got the 16-ounce tall boys. They're Tuesdays and Thursdays all day. They're $2. So come on in. Tell them BamaInsider.com sent you. Get your wings. Their wings are incredible. Got a long list of wings. The hottest wings they have are the bomb. I personally like the Voodoo and the Sweet Heat. It's kind of like on the mid-range. And I've said this before. If you don't eat ranch with your wings, or at least blue cheese, it's kind of weird. I think wings and ranch go together like 2 and 2. They also got boneless wings. And they got fantastic sides. Fries are, nice and fat. You can really get your hands on them, dip them in some good ketchup, and then their potato salad, fried pickles, all that stuff's good. So be sure and come check them out. Voodoo Wings now open in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. All right, call line is open, 205-686-3604. I'll take a couple more calls before I get my wing on and then dip out, and I'll catch up with you guys again on Saturday. Did you guys like the behind-the-scenes video that I posted up on YouTube? I felt that would give you like a really good insight to what goes on behind the scenes. I know you guys see us on YouTube or you see us on BatmanInsider.com, but there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of hours that go into it. So I appreciate you guys subscribing. Be sure right now while you can to like and subscribe to this channel, and be sure and spread the word about the BatmanInsider.com brand as we continue to grow our business right here from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'll take a couple more calls while we wind up the show, 205-686-3604. Shout out to any of my family who is watching the show tonight. I got a mom in Tuscaloosa, so I know she's here. I know Pops, he was just texting me. He was laughing at some of Rob's comments, so that's good to see. 205-686-3604 is the number to call in. Alabama taking on Arkansas this week. I think it should play out how we expect it to. I think that Mac Jones is certainly capable of leading this offense, and have heard some great things about him this week. As you know, Alabama's offensive game plan, it's been right on target throughout these last couple weeks. Actually, this game against Tennessee was the first time that Alabama didn't hit even over 400 yards. It was the lowest mark they had. But besides that, they've been doing a great job. So I got another call coming in. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who I'm on the line with, and where are you calling from?
Guessing Willie.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was your name?
Guessing Willie.
All right, cool. What's up, man? What's on your mind?
What you doing?
All right. That was a strange call coming in. All right, 205-686-3604 is the number to call in. Take a couple more calls before I dip out. I think, the main thing that what everybody wants to see is the production of Mac Jones. I think the defense is playing through the roof. The defensive pass rush has certainly been on point. And, we'll see if it continues the play from Terrell Lewis. How about this? Did you guys – I know there's a lot of people who follow recruiting out there, and Andrew Bone had his show earlier today. Eric Gilbert committing to LSU. That was a monster news. Hello, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who I'm on the line with, and where are you calling from?
Hey, how you doing, Kyle? This is Tim Grant from North Carolina.
Hey, what's up, Tim? Good to hear from you, man. How was your Thursday?
It was good, man. It was good.
All
How about yours?
Man, thank you for asking. It was great. And I got to send a little shout-out to my son. Just a few minutes ago before I rolled through, they had a game tonight, and it was 2-1. And came through with a big save. He's playing goalie, so save the day, man. So I was real proud of him. But let's talk about this game between Alabama and Arkansas. So what's on your mind, man?
I think it's good that the nugget that you threw out there about them not changing the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get the quarterback used to getting those first team reps and getting the timing and the sequence down with the the rest of the starters and the receivers. But, nobody throws those slants like Tua. So
You're right.
He hits those guys in stride. They don't break a stride, and they off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can do that for the most part, I don't think Arkansas is not going to be a problem for us. I don't think, regardless of what game plan we come up with. I just think we're the superior team over them.
Yep.
Whether we want to run the ball or stick to our original game. But
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point. The fact that nobody has the velocity, at least on this roster, that Tua does, and I think that's going to be interesting to see with those the timing routes or just timing routes in general, how the receivers and the running backs fare to Mac Jones' style. But like I said, from what I heard, Mac Jones looked really strong this week, and I know that first series he was in, I mean, I was one of them. I was like, wow, yikes, this doesn't look good. But then again, going back and watching the game, there was a couple drops, and I think once he settled in, he did what they needed to do to win the rest of the game. So now you have a whole week to game plan, to have the team combine, to get behind him, to build that camaraderie going into this Arkansas game. And like I said, the team has a lot of confidence. You talk to these guys on the team, they have a lot of confidence in this young man's ability. So all he has to really do is go out, execute, show what he's capable of, and prove to the skeptics that he's more than a game manager, that he can lead this offense. And everybody's really – can you imagine on Saturday night, Sunday – I mean, everybody is going to be breaking down this young man's every single throw. I can't wait to talk about it on Sunday.
Yep. And this is his third year. So, this is not starting is new for him, but he's been in that system and around those guys the whole time.
Yeah, he has. And this is a chance for him to prove that he can be the quarterback. Now, in other quarterback news, and I posted this today on BamaInsider.com, and I'm sure everyone will be watching tomorrow night, but mark your calendar for tomorrow night in Los Angeles, California. Bryce Young of Mater Dei takes on DJ Ugalele, who plays at St. John Bosco's. That's the number 1 team in the country playing the number 2 team Friday night in a high school showdown. DJ Ugalele is committed to Clemson. The big dude, 6'4", 235 pounds. Bryce Young, 6 foot, probably about 200 pounds, and he's been balling out of control. So hopefully I'll be able to watch that game. We'll be able to break that game down. But you're looking at an Alabama commit going against a Clemson commit, and really excited to see that matchup. Did you know about that, Tim?
Yes, I did.
All right,
I'm
good.
tracking it.
Yeah. Everyone's tracking. That's the biggest high school football game that's probably ever been played. So all eyes will be on that game, which will be pretty cool. What else is on your mind, Tim, as we move forward?
So I agree with the previous caller. I think maybe if not this game, but for the LSU game, Baltimore needs to start because I believe that the one of the keys to stopping that offense is getting to pressure on that quarterback, and the quickest way to get it is up the middle with somebody that can beat their man one-on-one or beat a double team. Because over the previous years we've had that in Devon Payne, Quentin Williams, Jonathan Allen. Those guys could beat their man, dominate their man, and beat them. But now it seems like in the middle, we don't have that guy other than Baltimore who can get, pretty consistent pressure up the middle.
Yeah, Tim, I think you bring up a great point. I mean, when you look at the games that LSU has played this year, Joe Burrow really hasn't faced enough pressure, in my opinion. And I think Christian Barmore is a guy who can certainly get to the quarterback better than DJ Dell. That's in my opinion. That's a lot of people's opinion, right? So I think you need to put pressure on him, because if you have pressure coming up to the middle of the field and then the outside edges, you're going to create, Joe Burrow is going to get nervous back there. And I'm really happy. Exactly, and I'm really curious to see if that's already Auburn's game plan on Saturday. And I think they're going to send the house on him and see if they can make Joe Burrow beat him with the pressure coming. I really think that's what Auburn's going to do this Saturday.
I want to see Auburn beat them just in case Tua is not back.
Yeah, that's probably what everybody's thinking. Yeah, right. So you're like a one-day Auburn fan. I don't even know if that's possible around here, but we'll see how it plays out. But I appreciate you calling in, Tim. Please call again. We'll break it down on Sunday, 8:30 Central Time. So be sure and hit me up, man. You're always providing some good context, and I enjoy rapping with you.
All right, thanks, Kyle.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. You too. All right, that was Tim from North Carolina, so I appreciate the calls. Hey, well, I think that's a good point right now for me to dip out, but I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Coming to you from Voodoo Wings here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Be sure and come on in. Tell them Kyle Henderson sent you. I will catch you guys on Saturday between Alabama and Arkansas. We'll be adding a ton of content on BamaInsider.com. If you're interested to become a premium subscriber to BamaInsider.com, go to the website at checkout. The promo code is simply Roll Tide. My email is kyle@BamaInsider.com. We'll be tweeting about that game tomorrow between Mater Dei and St. John Bosco. My Twitter handle is right there on the screen. Here it is on the screen right there. Rivals_Kyle, and of course everything back on BamaInsider.com. Coming to you from Voodoo Wings in beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This is Kyle Henderson. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. Be good people, and I will catch up with you guys next time.